Hello everyone, this is FireSlug87 and today we're going to talk about multiplayer server etiquette on the game of Minecraft. But first, some good news. I am now using a Turtle Beach P11 headset so you can hear my voice more clearly, and there will no longer be any of that annoying fan noise in the background. Because in the past I was using my microphone in my MacBook Pro to record, but unfortunately the microphone is located right next to the speaker. So whenever my computer would heat up, the microphone would pick up the fan that was going on inside my MacBook Pro, and you would get a lot of fan noise while I was trying to do a commentary. Enough of that for today. I just want to talk about what it's like entering a new multiplayer server, especially for players who've never played Minecraft before. So I believe I joined the server about 5 or 6 months ago, and I was kind of doing a trial run, just checking out different servers, seeing how they're like, and seeing whether or not, I would ultimately stick to one server. And this was one of the very first servers I ever joined. And to be honest, I really had a rough start when it came to Keystone Creative. I got temporary banned for building on top of someone else's house, and I just didn't really have a good time at first because I didn't do one simple thing, and that's what I'm doing right now is reading the rules that spawn. I cannot emphasize how important it is when you join a new Minecraft multiplayer server to stop, take your time, and read all the signs there are. Now, a lot of people, like me, they're very impatient and they want to see what's ahead of them. They want to see what cool features does this server have to offer. What are the coolest creations on this server? Can I kill someone if this is the P versus P player versus player server? And so they don't want to read signs that spawn, but I'm telling you, man, if you read the signs that spawn, you will become more educated about the server than probably 95% of the people who play it. And so when I first joined the server, I did not read any of the signs that spawn. None of them whatsoever. I believe what I did is I just, hit the double clicked on the top arrow key and just ran straight out of spawn. And I didn't read a single sign. And I just kept on running in a single path. And I had no idea what I was doing at the time. I didn't read anything, so I just figured, this was a fun place to be. Because I liked what I saw, I liked the creations, I liked the spleef arena, but I didn't have any idea about what the rules were supposed to be. So eventually I just kept on running until I found this house in the middle of a desert, and someone was building it, and I thought it'd be funny to pick up some of the blocks that he left on the ground while he was building the house. So I picked up the blocks, and then I thought it would be a great idea to place a wooden block square in the middle of his house. So here's this guy, he's building a house on Keystone Creative, and there comes me. I enter his house, without asking permission, and I pick up some of the blocks that were on the floor from his construction work going on, and then I place this wooden block while he was building. Now, if someone did that to me right now, I would be very upset, and I think a lot of this could have been avoided if I simply read the rules. So what happened, he yelled out my name in the chat, and then a mysterious, player came out of nowhere. He reappeared right in front of me, and then he lit me on fire. And I was wondering what did I do wrong, but apparently, I'm not supposed to steal other people's items nor place, blocks in their house. But I was very confused at the time, and all of this could have been averted if, I simply read the spawn rules. And that's what I'm doing right here. I'm just going through the spawn area and just looking at the different signs, and I actually did learn something, despite the fact that I've been playing this game for so long. I mean, I've been playing on this server for such a long period of time, but today I took the time to read through the spawn, read all the signs in the spawn, and actually learned one new thing that I didn't have before. And that's pretty amazing. what's amazing to me is that even people who played for 20 hours or more, people who play for 20 hours in Keystone Creative, they get to gain the status of trusted. Even trusted players, they don't read everything at spawn, and they ask questions that, you would think would be very obvious, like, how do I protect an area? What is the kit for, colored wool, or something like that. So this guy's doing a great job. He's actually reading the signs. And unfortunately, well, I chose not to have the server chat on because I thought it would be distracting. And right now, looks like I'm going through, how you can donate to the server. And if you donate, you get a lot of different privileges, which I think is pretty cool. And I'm just reading all the signs that spawn. And here's the list of donators on the wall. So I think for any server you join, it's really important that you read the signs and you figure out who the owner is, who the moderators are. And I think you want to maintain a good relationship with the moderators. First impressions are really important, especially if you make a bad first impression, then it's really difficult to gain the trust of the community who plays there. So I think it's critical in order to make a good first impression, that you just simply read all the signs that spawn. So now you know more about the server than probably 95% of the people who play. That's just my guess. There was another story. So what happened was I got temporarily banned on Keystone Creative because I built on top of someone's house. But it turns out my ban was overruled. I successfully appealed my ban because the house was already griefed. But it was an important lesson that, if I read the signs that spawn, I would have known that, never to fix grief or never to try and build on top of someone else's creation. It sounds very obvious, but when you first join a, Minecraft multiplayer server and you have no idea what you're doing, it can be a little intimidating and confusing at first. So it's really important to just, read signs and educate yourself. So right now, I am at Warp North, and this is one of the 4 places you can go to right after you finish, hopefully reading all the signs that spawn. You can tell it's really crowded. A lot of new members have already built things there, and not all of these things will necessarily be protected. So my advice for new members who, really want to make a long-term commitment on Keystone Creative would be just to walk in a single direction for quite a while. I would say 20 to 30 minutes until you can find an isolated patch of land, and then you can start to build, your own creation, and you don't really have to worry too much about griefers because there's a less chance that griefers will find your creation. But of course, as always, new members, don't forget to ask for your building to be protected, because if you can ask for your building to be protected, then you won't have to worry about griefers at all. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Until next time, FireSlugger87 signing out.